Welcome to StarWire USA. Hello everyone, and welcome back to StarWire USA, your destination for in-depth movie reviews, drama breakdowns, and honest entertainment analysis. Today, we're diving into After the Sacrifice, The Family Regrets, a deeply emotional family drama that explores unconditional love, heartbreaking sacrifices, and the painful realization that appreciation often comes too late. If you enjoy touching family stories filled with powerful emotions, meaningful life lessons, and unforgettable character journeys, this review is for you. Let's get started. After the Sacrifice, The Family Regrets is one of those emotional dramas that doesn't rely on explosive action or endless plot twists to keep viewers engaged. Instead, it focuses on something much more relatable: the everyday sacrifices made by one family member who quietly gives everything for the people they love. The film reminds us that some heroes don't wear capes. Sometimes, they simply wake up every morning, put their own dreams aside, and spend their lives making sure everyone else is happy. From the very beginning, the movie establishes a calm but emotionally heavy atmosphere. At first glance, the family appears ordinary. They share meals together, celebrate important occasions, and continue their daily routines. However, beneath that peaceful surface lies a growing emotional distance. Every member of the household has become busy chasing personal goals, careers, and responsibilities, leaving very little time to notice the sacrifices being made by the person who silently supports them all. The central protagonist quickly becomes the emotional heart of the story. This character is kind, patient, dependable, and endlessly selfless. Whenever someone in the family faces a problem, they are always the first to step forward with help. Whether it's financial support, emotional guidance, or simply offering comfort during difficult moments, the protagonist consistently chooses everyone else's happiness over their own. What makes the story so heartbreaking is that these acts of love slowly become expected rather than appreciated. One of the greatest strengths of the screenplay is its realism. The family members are not portrayed as cruel or evil people. They genuinely love one another, but over time they become trapped in routine. Because the protagonist is always dependable, everyone assumes they will continue carrying every burden without complaint. This emotional complacency gradually creates the central conflict of the film. The performances throughout the movie are exceptionally convincing. The lead actor delivers an understated, yet deeply emotional performance. Instead of dramatic speeches or exaggerated breakdowns, the character expresses pain through subtle facial expressions, quiet smiles, tired eyes, and moments of silent reflection. These small details make the emotional journey feel incredibly authentic. The supporting cast also deserves recognition. Each family member has a distinct personality and believable motivations. Rather than presenting clear heroes and villains, the movie explores how ordinary people can unintentionally hurt someone they love simply by failing to notice their struggles. This balanced portrayal makes the emotional impact even stronger because viewers can understand every perspective. Visually, the film embraces warm colors during the opening scenes, creating the impression of a loving home. Yet careful cinematography reveals emotional separation. Characters frequently occupy the same room while remaining emotionally disconnected. Family dinners become quiet routines instead of meaningful opportunities for conversation. These subtle visual choices reinforce the film's central themes without requiring excessive dialogue. As the story progresses, viewers gradually discover the true extent of the protagonist's sacrifices. Through carefully placed flashbacks and conversations, the film reveals years of difficult choices made entirely for the benefit of the family. Career opportunities were abandoned. Personal dreams were postponed. Financial burdens were accepted without hesitation. Yet almost none of these sacrifices were acknowledged because everyone assumed the protagonist would always continue giving. The emotional pacing of the movie is one of its greatest achievements. Rather than rushing toward dramatic confrontations, the screenplay allows tension to build naturally. Every overlooked birthday, forgotten promise, missed conversation, and unspoken thank you quietly adds another layer of sadness. By the time the emotional turning point arrives, viewers fully understand why the protagonist has become emotionally exhausted. One particularly memorable aspect of the film is its exploration of loneliness within a crowded home. The protagonist is rarely physically alone, yet emotionally isolated almost every day. This contrast becomes one of the movie's most powerful messages. Sometimes the deepest loneliness comes not from being separated from people, but from feeling unseen by those closest to you. The soundtrack complements the emotional atmosphere beautifully. Gentle piano melodies accompany scenes of quiet reflection, while silence is often used during the most heartbreaking moments. This restrained musical approach allows the performances to remain the emotional focus rather than manipulating the audience with overly dramatic compositions. As the family slowly begins noticing changes in the protagonist's behavior, the emotional tone shifts significantly. Small moments of concern replace routine assumptions. A sibling remembers old childhood sacrifices that once seemed ordinary. Parents begin questioning whether they truly understood everything their child had quietly endured. These realizations arrive gradually, making the emotional awakening feel believable. The second half of the film is where its emotional power truly shines. One by one, hidden sacrifices come to light. Forgotten letters, old photographs, and conversations with friends reveal years of unconditional love that had remained invisible. Every discovery forces the family to confront painful truths about their own behavior. They realize that while they never intended to hurt the protagonist, their failure to express gratitude caused deep emotional wounds. One of the most moving scenes involves the family discovering a collection of keepsakes that document years of unnoticed sacrifices. Each object tells a story. Every memory reveals another moment when the protagonist chose family over personal happiness. Watching the family slowly understand everything they had overlooked becomes one of the film's most emotional sequences. The screenplay wisely avoids portraying redemption as something simple. Apologies alone cannot erase years of neglect. Trust cannot be rebuilt overnight. Instead, the movie emphasizes that genuine change requires consistent effort, patience, and honest communication. This realistic approach gives the ending far greater emotional credibility. The protagonist's emotional journey is equally powerful. Rather than seeking revenge or punishing the family, they simply reach a point of emotional exhaustion. Years of giving without receiving appreciation have left lasting scars. Their honesty during the final family confrontation is quiet rather than angry, making the scene even more heartbreaking. They explain that love should never require someone to completely lose themselves. The cinematography becomes increasingly symbolic during the conclusion. The family home, which once felt emotionally divided, slowly transforms into a place of healing. Closed doors become open. Separate rooms become shared spaces again. Family dinners regain warmth and genuine conversation. The house itself never changes physically, but its emotional atmosphere is completely transformed. Another meaningful symbol throughout the film is the use of old family photographs. At first, these pictures appear to capture happy memories. By the ending, however, they represent something much deeper. The family begins seeing not perfect moments, but countless silent sacrifices hidden behind every smile. These photographs remind viewers that appearances rarely reveal the full emotional story. The movie also delivers an important life lesson about gratitude. Too often people assume there will always be another opportunity to say thank you, spend time together, or express appreciation. This film gently reminds audiences that tomorrow is never guaranteed. Love should be acknowledged while people are still present, not only after their sacrifices become impossible to ignore. The emotional climax is beautifully restrained. Instead of dramatic shouting matches, the family simply listens. Nobody interrupts. Nobody makes excuses. Everyone finally hears the truth they had overlooked for years. That quiet honesty becomes far more powerful than any emotional outburst could have been. By the time the credits roll, after the sacrifice, the family regrets has become much more than a family drama. It is a heartfelt reminder to value the people who quietly support us every day. It encourages viewers to express gratitude before regret replaces opportunity and reminds us that the strongest people are often the ones silently carrying everyone else's burdens. Overall, This is an emotionally rewarding film filled with outstanding performances, thoughtful writing, meaningful symbolism, and relatable family dynamics. While some scenes follow familiar melodramatic traditions, the sincerity of its emotional storytelling makes it highly engaging from beginning to end. Here at StarWire USA, we give After the Sacrifice. The family regrets a strong 9.4 out of 10 stars. If you enjoy emotional family dramas with heartfelt performances, powerful life lessons, and meaningful character development, this movie is definitely worth watching. Thank you for watching StarWire USA. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest movie reviews, entertainment news, and drama breakdowns. See you in the next review.